There's some things that you can skimp on and save money on. A ladder should not be one of them. And as I say that, I want you to know the price that we have for the Little Giant 24-in-1 is the best price that I have seen anywhere in America. There's a lot of ladder manufacturers out there nowadays, and I've seen a lot of people who do their best to copy the Little Giant design, but it's federally protected by the U.S. Patent Office, and they created the multifunction ladder. What you're looking at on your screen for a price of $179.95 is 24 different ladders in one, and every one of those 24 configurations is safer because of the way they made it. I want to introduce you to another friend. Mel Huffaker, how are you?
Good, Dan.
You got a new haircut.
I did.
You're sporting, bud.
It's summertime.
Is the summer due? You and I both know I don't like ladders. I'm afraid of heights.
Yes.
This is the only brand name of ladder that I have at the house. I've got this one. I have your bigger one that I used to get into the hayloft. And if we go back, and how many years ago was it the originator?
40 years.
40 years ago, there really was a need for more than one ladder in every single home.
Right.
And this ladder fulfills those needs.
And not only that, but this is our most popular size of ladder, but it solves some of the tough problems you can't do with other ladders, like staircases. For example, inside the house, I would leave it at this height right here. 4 feet's perfect. But if I have high vaulted ceilings, I need to change light bulbs up there, I'll telescope it up to this height. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the tough things that Little Giant does, and really its claim to fame, is the unlevel ground. If you have unlevel ground around the outside of your house, how do you work on it with a normal ladder? And if you do, you're trying.
You run the risk
That's exactly
of hurting yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Everyone knows somebody that's been hurt on a ladder over the years, and some have been seriously hurt. But this allows you to work on ramps, sloping ground, staircases, perfect for that.
Just for a staircase alone.
Yes. Now the one that I use the most, and this is a normal step ladder right here, but when I need to get really close to a wall or window, if I'm painting, cleaning windows, I can adjust this down to a 90-degree angle on this side. And what that allows me to do is get really close to those tight corners. I'll come up on this side, and I'm really, it's a perfect way to work.
Because on most A-frame ladders, the taller up you go, the actual further away you get from what it is you need to work on. I agree.
And then when you need to get up on the roof, get up to the windows, you can always rotate it around. It has the wide flares top and bottom.
Okay.
It has the rubber feet. I know that's a small thing, but it's huge because when you're up at that kind of height, the last thing you want to do is have that ladder slipping out on you with plastic feet.
I want to reinforce that. I want our folks and our cameras to see this. There's two things down here that tell you the dedication that this company has. And I saw you and the owner of the company out in Las Vegas at the trade show. The fact that this ladder, if you look at both sides, it flares out. They're the only ones who do that. We're showing one leg. Let's show both so that you have a better understanding. See how this flares? That gives you more stability. And this is so simple. They're rubber tips on the bottom. Rubber. What's the old saying?
Rubber grips, plastic slips.
How many manufacturers of ladders do you know of that use rubber on the bottom?
We are the only one. And I know that sounds like a strange thing and a simple thing to do to a ladder, but it's a little extra expense that they're not willing to do.
Right.
And that's really why we say Little Giants are the safest ladder on the planet.
It's why I only have Little Giant ladders. There's other brand names. I don't want my ladder manufacturer saying the difference between putting rubber feet on it and plastic is pennies, but we would rather be more profitable. I want the ladder company that says, let's keep Dan's rear end safe.
And we even do it on the inside. So when I take this ladder apart, turn this one around, in less than 10 seconds, I now have two 1,000-pound capacity trussels. Then
so
if you have
put a plank in here.
Yeah, we've got one set up
Come
here.
with us.
If you have a wooden 2x12 plank, it works fine on our ladders. But if you've got a painting project that you don't want to pay thousands of dollars to have somebody come out and do that you could do yourself at half the time, the Paint Runner Pro, that would be a perfect opportunity to get a job done yourself.
Now I can get right up to the ceiling, or this could be trimming the hedgerow.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, it's a perfect machine. And this is my personal opinion, and I know my opinion doesn't count, but if you don't love this, you send it back. Dad's Day is right around the corner. It's a great Father's Day gift. This ladder sells in department stores, in hardware stores at $219. The best accessory they've ever made, in my estimation, is the Little Giant work platform, and that's another $36. So you're looking at $255, and I've got it at $179.95. Even with shipping and handling, I got a better price on it. And I'll give you 6 months to pay for it. The wheel kit comes standard here at QVC, and the great folks who manufacture this ladder have already installed the wheel kit. 24 different configurations in one ladder, and every single one of those configurations is safer. And if that's not a great Dad's Day gift, I don't know what is. If it's one painting project that you're going to do that involves a stairwell, there's no other ladder that can do what your ladders do, Mel.
Exactly. And as you mentioned, I've worked for the company for almost 20 years now. And you will not find a better price on a Little Giant. I mean, when it comes to the accessories alone, and the best accessory we make on the most popular size of ladder we make, you're just not going to find a better deal. The extras that this comes with, whether it's you're working with 2 people, sometimes an extra set of hands on a ladder is fantastic to have. And of course, this accessory right here is worth its weight in gold. Because normally I'm on a ladder like this, leaning against it, twisting my back, trying to work off the side.
Right.
This, I push back, step right on top, and now I face the job. I get it right down in front of me. I have both hands free. When I'm done, I push that back in, step right on top, and walk straight down through.
I use it as a platform to set the paint can on as well.
Absolutely.
Now, by the way, Mel and I can both climb this ladder, because you were talking about that. This is ANSI and OSHA rated for up to 250 pounds per side.
And we test it for 4 times that. And the reason why this ladder has a lifetime warranty is we weld our rungs on.
Yep.
It's all the small things, Dan, that make this the safest ladder on the planet. And when you have to do this, work on a staircase, the last thing you want is a ladder that you don't feel comfortable climbing.
Because Mel, I've done it before. Before you came around, I would put books underneath ladder legs. It's crazy. Any project that involves you getting on a ladder involves a certain level of risk. It's cleaning out the gutters, painting the house, getting the windows clean, trimming the tall hedges, changing a light bulb, something as simple as a 15-second job. The ladder is the foundation of the safety of every project you do when your feet aren't firmly planted on the ground. That's why I use a Little Giant ladder.
And we always joke, you know, you never go cheap on parachutes or ladders. And the reason why is your safety's involved with that. A paintbrush fails, nobody gets hurt. But ladders, you want the safest one you can get. This is the one I use the most. Again, you're trying to get against this wall here. All I have to do is drop that down. It's right there. I come up on this side. It's in that tight corner. This is one that I absolutely love because this platform I was just standing on, it works perfect on the extension ladder. Because if you're up trimming trees, it's really nice to have something flat to stand on.
And also, pardon me as I step in front of you, it's also a great measuring tool, so to speak.
A gauge.
To let you know if your ladder is too far away from the wall or too close. And most of us, when we go to higher heights, we don't set our ladders correctly.
Right. This takes the guesswork out of it. When that's flat, you know your ladder's at the right angle, then walk straight on up. You walk past it, up here, put your toe here, kick it back, step right on top, and now you're safe.
As a manufacturer, it's got to feel great to know that you make the best product in the world and to know that you care about your customers. They are the only ones who flare out their sides and use rubber feet, rubber grips, plastic slips, Father's Day gifts, just because you need a great ladder. By the way, the extension ladder, which is a full 17-foot reach, the whole ladder easily fits into a small closet. Takes up minimal space in a garage. I used to have to pull the car all the way out of the garage to get the extension ladder, and that one had ropes and pulleys and all kinds of things. It's just a better design with a Little Giant.
You know, that one extension ladder that this gives you out of the 24
costs more.
It costs as much as this whole thing, and you get the other 23 ladders. And not just 23 any ladders, either 23 ladders you're going to feel safe on. So if somebody's working around your home, give them the gift of safety. It's perfect.
Read the reviews. Little Giant has been a part of our family for years. It sells for $219 plus the work platform. That doesn't even count the wheels. The wheels come with it, already installed here at QVC. But $255 is what you would expect to spend. We've got it at $179.95, and we've got it with 6 months in which to pay for it. Mel, thank you, sir. Thanks for flying all the way out from Utah. Appreciate that. I'm going to head outside. We're going to show you a great way to do some